Imagine a world where asking for help is as normal as taking a sick day, where people could feel safe and supported in talking about their mental health without the fear of judgment. Unfortunately, we aren't there yet, but today I'm trying to get everyone that we can make this world a reality. I will persuade you today by encouraging others to seek help and create a supportive, comfortable environment for them to do so is an effective solution for the problem of stigma surrounding mental health. As someone who has personal experience with mental health issues, I find it a lot harder to reach out to people with the fear of being judged in the back of my mind. Throughout the past few years, I've gone out of my comfort zone to reach out to close friends and family members and getting the help that I need. I feel like everyone should care about making a more comfortable environment for people to seek help because it could benefit us all and even lower suicide rates. This image shows suicide rates from the early 2000s up to 2022. There's been a slight decrease in rates in 2020, but overall, the trend line is increased and my goal is to lower this. Today, I will persuade you that creating a supportive, comfortable environment for those seeking help is an effective solution to stigma surrounding mental health. Today, I will go into the harmful effects stigma has on individuals, encourage others to seek help to break this stigma, and the positive impact a supportive environment can have on the mental health outcomes. So let's start by exploring harmful effects stigma can have on individuals. To begin, we will examine how stigma negatively impacts individuals and prevents them from seeking the help that they need. Mayo Clinic's article from 2017 gives us a definition of stigma. Stigma is when someone views you in a negative way because you have distinguishing characteristics or personal traits that are thought to be or actually is a disadvantage. Now we're going to go into the harmful effects of stigma. Henderson goes into his article from 2013 that prejudice, discrimination, and ignorance to knowledge are all harmful effects that stigma can have on someone. The fear of feeling like you're not fitting in, or the constant fear of being judged, and also when people choose not to be informed on how mental health can affect someone. Now we're going to go into the types of stigma. There's public stigma that Mayo Clinic goes into their article from 2017, and forms of public stigma are bullying or physical harassment. And then there is self-stigma, which could just be the belief that you won't succeed. And then Henderson's article from 2013 goes into institutional stigma, which could be the belief about the effectiveness of treatment. If you feel that treatment or believe that it won't help you, turns out it probably will. Here's a flow chart of what stigma is and all the characteristics that make it that. So we start with the stereotype, and then there's a division versus us versus them. Us would be the people with the mental health issues, and them would be the people who are creating the stigma. Low social status, discrimination, and labeling. To continue, we are going to explore stigma surrounding mental health. It can lead to untreated mental health issues. Crockett goes into the article from 2025. It can worsen conditions and also leads to refusal to get help. If you're refusing to get help, it can make your symptoms for depression or anxiety or any mental health condition worse. And there's also an importance of mental health awareness and education. Shim goes into his article from 2022. If more people are educated, it could break the cycle. So now that we understand how stigma harms individuals, let's look at solutions to break the stigma. The solution to stigma is simple yet impactful. We must encourage others to seek help and create a comfortable environment for them to do so. The importance of supportive environments. Studies from Crockett's article in 2025 show that support from peers and family members can reduce the stigma rates in young people when it comes to seeking help. It's a lot easier to reach out to people when you have a good support system. And also, importance of supportive environments is mental health professionals. The more individuals are informed from their schools or community, the more likely they are to follow through with getting treatment and the help that they need. Also, by implementing policies. It can normalize mental health seeking behavior and gives access to mental health professionals. There's schools all around that have guidance counselors that are easy for people to be able to reach out to. Let's now explore how a supportive environment has a positive impact on mental health outcomes. Positive impacts on mental health outcomes is from the article talking about mental health that has no date listed, but it's shown that building connections and being open with people can allow conversations to develop naturally, and it also is easier to open up to people who have prior experience. And also just know how to talk to someone who is going through mental health issues. There are certain phrases that you should always avoid, and be careful with the word choice because it can easily trigger or upset an individual. In this image, it is an example of someone getting treatment from a therapist. This could also, a positive outcome would be reduced suicide rates, and we can get to this prevention in Shim's article from 2022 through education, awareness, and access. In conclusion, today we've learned about the harmful effects stigma has on an individual's mental health, the need to break the stigma by encouraging help-seeking behavior, and how developing and creating a supportive environment can improve mental health outcomes. Imagine a future where asking for help is no longer a taboo subject, but a celebrated act of strength. Imagine a world where mental health is prioritized as much as physical health. The change starts with us creating more spaces, having those conversations with others, and leading by example. Thank you all for listening. I hope you took something from my speech today and reach out for help.